celery, walnut and blue cheese soup. Alright, here's our mise en place, guys. Pause the video so you can get the ingredients and then we can get started. Alright, first up we're going to get all our vegetables peeled and then we're going to chop them up. This is a puree soup, so precision knife cuts are not essential with this soup. Chop our celery up. So now we're going to get our soup pot ready with a lid. Put our heat on. Butter. Celery. Sweat that off. So sweating is with the lid on. So we're trying to keep the moisture in and prevent colour. We want to keep this as a nice green soup, depicting the colour of celery. Get a bit of seasoning to start with at the beginning to start developing the flavour. So then all you have to do is adjust at the end. Good stir. Make sure it's not catching on the bottom. I'm going to add our flour and just cook it out slightly like a roux. This is to help stabilise the puree. Once we've cooked the flour out now and the vegetables are nicely sweated, we've seasoned it, we're going to look at adding our white stock. It's making sure that there's no colour on our soup because we want to retain the natural colours. We're just adding a little bit of the stock just to help keep the roux nice and smooth. And then we're going to add a little bit more and then add the rest of it. This will keep it nice and smooth. Good to go. Now we want to bring this up to the simmer. Reduce the heat down and then we can just tick it along nice and gentle until it's nice and tender. While we're waiting for our soup to come up to the boil, we are going to toast off our walnuts. I like to put them in a baking oven, not a grilling oven, as I want to get like a nice convection and a nice golden colour through all of it. Soup's just come up to the boil, so keep an eye on that. You don't want it to catch on the bottom. Our nuts are nicely toasted and ready to go. So that's part of the multitasking, as we're waiting for things to come to the boil and simmer. We could be toasting items and doing other sort of garnish preparation. So then we're not wasting time. Okay, I'm really happy with the tenderness and stuff of our soup. And now we're going to look at putting it into our blender. So right now, guys, we're making a simple puree soup here. Blend it till it's nice and smooth. A classical puree soup you would probably pass through a sieve or a chinois, But with this soup, you've got quite a few sort of chunky ingredients to add to it as well, like the walnuts and the blue cheese and stuff. So we just make sure that we give it a good blend so it's not chunky, still smooth, but we don't need to worry about passing it because of the chunky items that are going to go in it. Alright, so now we're going to turn our puree soup into a creamy soup, and it will be then a cream of celery, walnut and blue cheese soup. So that's the difference between a cream soup and a puree soup, is generally the addition of cream. So we're just picking some blue cheese and we're just going to flake that into our soup, give it a stir, and that'll help with the flavour and also the seasoning and stuff too, because blue cheese can be quite salty. All good chefs taste their food to make sure it's seasoned correctly and it's at the peak of perfection. Just going to sprinkle some crumbled toasted walnuts, give it a stir, and then we are going to get ready to serve it. Nice, it's looking good. Take the heat off and now we can start serving our soup. So a good couple of ladles into a soup bowl. Yep, so then we're just going to finish it off with some garnish at the top, a couple of toasted walnuts, some chopped parsley, and a little bit of blue cheese. The flavours are quite interesting, but they are not offensive at all. They definitely complement each other. There you have it, guys. There's our celery walnut blue cheese soup. Winter classic right there. Thanks for watching.